But she wants to know what your history is, how you got into it, from both of you guys.
There's only two ways, and
there's maybe three ways if you do the non-union AD route. But
that's true.
But then you already got to be an AD, so it's There's really only two ways.
Yes.
And actually, Denise and I did the two different ways.
We did the two ways.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I went through what's called the Assistant Directors Training Program. It's run through the Directors Guild and the Producers Guild, and you apply. I mean, I don't know how they're doing it right now with COVID, what their protocols are, but you could literally look it up online, Assistant Directors Training Program, and that'll get you to it. You apply, you do essays. At one point, there was a test like the SAT test. I think that's gone. It's interviews.
I think so.
Discussions. So once you're accepted, you do, give or take 2 years, it's 400 working days. And they assign you to work on different TV shows and movies, and you are like on the ground training, and you're working for the AD staff.
What does that involve? Because that's a hard job too, right? It's like an apprenticeship almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, they just throw you in. There's very little learning before you're assigned to a job.
Right.
It's like a sink or swim scenario, and it's just you figure it
out. Not everyone makes it through.
No.
What did you get assigned to, Katie?
My very first show that I got, because and then you alternate. After 50 days, you get assigned to another show. So even if you're doing well on one show and then you go to another show and you do poorly, and then you're like, okay, I can get through this, and you go to another show and it's great. Wow. So the very first show I got assigned to was the original 90210.
Wow.
I'm dating myself now, but yeah.
That's so awesome. God, I bet you have some stories.
A couple. But then Denise, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so when you are assigned and you do your 400 days, did you say?
Uh-huh.
Are you a runner? You're a PA? You're just kind of doing
It depends on the show. More often than not, you get assigned to base camp. So you do what Denise did in this case, on this show, but instead of going with a trainee on this show, we knew it was going to be big enough and difficult enough. We wanted to hire Denise as an assistant director. So like, we need someone who already knows what they're doing. We can't train someone new. We don't have that ability.
It was a big show.
It was a big show.
Yeah.
So more often than not, you're assigned to base camp, but other shows will have you work on set, setting background.
Right.
Usually it's one of those two things. And then every now and then you'll get a feature, but it's mostly California-based shows, and there are fewer and fewer movies shooting in California. Although now with COVID, actually, there might be a few more, but
it's very TV.
It's
Los Angeles is very TV. Yeah.
So you're on a walkie, you're being told to kind of like what to do, and as an AD, generally you arrive first and you leave last. So you have to be up for being a team player, doing a ton of running around, getting 50,000 steps a day, and be prepared to get there at 5 a.m. and not leave. Certainly in America, you're probably not going to leave much before 9.
No.
Right? Correct.
Exactly.
So long day. Okay.
It's a long day.
How did you get in, Denise?
I did it the other way, which was I started as a set PA on, I'm just working on sets. And I think I literally was on like I was on a second big film when I learned about the DGA program. And I was like, what? There's another way? And by then I was so far in collecting my days as a set PA, and I was doing these really big action movies, some with Katie. And I was just like, oh, well, I'm in this group. I'm going to keep doing this, working on set. And as a set PA, you can get in the guild, the DGA, by keeping track of all your days. And I think is it 600 now, Katie? I can't even remember.
600 now.
I think to get in by working on a set as a PA, you need 600 days.
And they won't even collect. You need to turn in your paperwork saying you worked 600, and they'll just throw out 50. So you need to turn in paperwork saying you worked on at least 650 days.
Yeah, at least. And that's how I got in. I worked all of those days on features and TV shows, and I turned in what we call our book, which is all of your days, your call sheets and production reports, and I got in that way.
It's such an achievement. I remember we were on set when Karen, KK, got her days, and we threw a big party at lunch because it's such a huge achievement to get your days. And then you get to be in the union, which means then you get access to the benefits, the healthcare, you get, you know, then you're in, and you know, you have some protection, and you're able to then climb through the ranks of AD shit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And all of a sudden your pay increases immensely.
A whole lot.